We're on the record in two cases. First case is cause number 326-662. The second case is cause number 327-054. Both cases are styled the State of Texas versus Jonathan Lee Roberts. We have Mr. Roberts present in court. Mr. Roberts, your full name is Jonathan Lee Roberts?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Roberts, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Roberts, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Roberts, you may put your hand down. Mr. Roberts, how are you doing? You doing all right?
Yes, I'm doing okay today.
That's right. That's good. Now, Mr. Roberts, you're here and your attorney is Mr. Charles Rojas. Mr. Rojas is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Rojas, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay. And just for the record, Mr. Rojas and Mr. Roberts appeared in court earlier today, and the court noted that Mr. Roberts had a assault family violence case as well as the trespass case, and so the court was going to enter standard bond conditions in county court at law number 2. And the court did go over these conditions with Mr. Roberts. Is that correct?
Correct.
And Mr. Rojas, who is Mr. Roberts' attorney, requested that condition number 3 that states that the defendant shall not communicate either directly or indirectly with the alleged victim of the pending offense, and the defendant shall not go near any residence, school, or other location frequented by the alleged victim, Jessica Bushnell. They stated that, Mr. Rojas informed the court that the complaining witness and the defendant currently resides together. Is that correct, Mr. Rojas?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And you were requesting that the court remove that condition in these bond conditions, is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, now we had asked for a response from the state. The state at that time, who is represented by Mrs. Ashley Ramos, stated that she hadn't at that time talked to her complaining witness, Ms. Bushnell, and so therefore the court held off on entering the standard bond conditions in county court at law number 2 to give the state an opportunity to talk to the complaining witness, Mrs. Jessica Bushnell. Is that correct, Ms. Ramos?
That's correct,
Okay.
Your Honor. And if I may, I was able to speak with her currently in the courtroom observing the proceedings.
Let me ask her to come forward. Ms. Bushnell, would you come forward? And she could stand on that X that's on that side. There's an X on the other side.
Go around the table on that side and there's an X on that side.
There's an X on the floor right here by the table. And just before we get started, your name is Jessica Bushnell?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
And you're the complaining witness in cause number 326-662, which is assault family violence. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
She's also the complaining witness in cause number 327-054.
Okay, so you're also the complaining witness in the trespass case as well?
Yes.
Okay, now just for the record, now Ms. Bushnell, just raise your right hand. Ms. Bushnell, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
You may put your hand down. How are you doing? That's good. Now, Ms. Ramos?
Yes, and speaking with her where she was outside the presence of the defendant, and so there was no direct influence, I was able to determine that she feels safe in the household, and they've been living together for some time. And so if they're living together, then I don't have an objection to removing the do not go around or to the residence condition in the bond conditions.
Okay.
And then there's also the do not contact, and I believe in another case, what we have done is we allowed it to do not
Communicate
communicate in a threatening or harassing manner. And I think if we modify it to have that would allow them to continue living both in the residence.
Now, Ms. Bushnell, you heard the statement from the prosecutor, Ms. Ramos. Now, you're asking the court to modify, well, is it all right? Let's see, hold on, let me get that. Let's see. Okay, now before the court is imposing any condition, actually that's described in Article 17.49, conditions for defendants charged with the offense of involving family violence in in subsection B1, the court is giving you an opportunity to provide the court, I guess, with a list of areas in which the victim would like the defendant excluded or shall consider the victim's request. Now, the court can consider your request to determine any locations. Now, in here, the order was saying that he is not to go near any residence, school, or other location frequented by you, the alleged victim, Ms. Jessica Bushnell. You're asking the court to, you're telling the court that you are not opposed to that restriction being removed from this bond condition. Is that correct? You have to speak up. Now, also, as we have done in the past, the defendant shall not communicate either directly or indirectly with the alleged victim, who is, in this case, Mrs. Jessica Bushnell of the pending case, in a threatening or harassing manner. Do you understand that? Now, Mr. Rojas, do you have any objections to the court modifying these bond conditions with what I've just read?
No objection to changing those conditions so that he doesn't communicate with her in a threatening or harassing manner, Your Honor.
Okay. Oh man, let me see. I'm gonna put this right here. Okay, so let me read this to you again. It states that the defendant shall not communicate either directly or indirectly with the alleged victim, Jessica Bushnell, of the pending offense in a threatening or harassing manner. Now, Mr. Roberts, do you understand this condition?
Yes, sir.
And Mrs. Bushnell, do you approve of this modification? And, okay. Okay, that shall be the order of the court. I will have to make some copies. And Mr. Rojas, we'll give you your client his copy in court.
Yes, sir.
All right. And once he gets his, has his case already been reset?
We have not gotten a reset yet. No, sir.
Okay.
You were asking me when the options classes, and we don't know those. They're usually not broadcasted out.
Okay.
On the dates. She might have it, but we don't normally broadcast it.
Okay, so you have the date. So what we'll do, we'll give you a date that kind of coincides with that. And then the case will be reset accordingly.
Okay.
All right, so I'll just, so Mr. Rojas, if you don't have anything else, you'll be excused and you have a blessed day. Now, Mr. Roberts, please stay in contact with your attorney. And Mr. Roberts, if you violate any of these terms and conditions of this, of these conditions of bond, your bond is subject to be forfeited.
Yes.
Do you, it'd be, subject to being revoked,
Understood.
okay? So, you're gonna have a seat. Go have a seat out there in the gallery. Well, you can stand on the X, she'll give you a reset date. And Miss, hold on, let's do this here.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right.
Could you come forward and take your hat off and just put it on the table?
Oh, okay. Okay, we're on the record in two cases. First case is cause number 326-176. Second case is cause number 328-806. Both cases are style of State of Texas versus Jared Douglas Moses. Is that correct?
Yeah, Your Honor.
How you doing, Mr. Moses?
I'm doing all right. How about
Yes,
yourself?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Now, I see here on the docket that, Mr. Moses, Attorney James Paget is on, well, first of all, how you doing, Mr. Paget?
Doing well, Your Honor. Good seeing you.
Okay, now, Mr. James Paget he's on one case and he's not on the next case, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. I am here representing Mr. Moses on 326-176.
Okay.
We've received all the discovery, actually have an offer that I was going to
Okay.
relay to Mr. Moses this morning.
Okay,
While I was in negotiation, Ms. Ramos made me aware that Mr. Moses picked up another case while on bond for this.
A different?
Correct, Your Honor.
it's not on the docket, it's a different?
No, no.
It is on the docket. It's the
it's
second
the
case you
328.
called.
Oh,
So
okay,
Mr. Moses did not make me aware of that case, but Ms. Ramos made me aware of it. So
okay,
she had made me some offers and I had indicated to her that I was going to go ahead and take care of the second case anyway. I came in this morning and Mr. Moses indicated to me that evidently he has another attorney that he's about to hire on the second case. So,
okay.
so we're going to need to reset
Okay.
our case and maybe once he finds out who the attorney is, we
Get
can
that one,
communicate.
okay, okay.
Uh,
Mr. Moses, how much time do you need to hire that other attorney? I'm just,
Probably within the next week. It's
Oh.
gonna be pretty soon.
okay. Just give him a,
Probably ought to give him. a little
45
bit-
days?
Yes, Your Honor.
yeah, let's give him 45, because the other attorney gonna have to get discovery and all that other stuff.
Yeah, I had not done that.
Well,
yet.
this is what we normally do. We usually, huh? He said he was gonna hire somebody. Yeah, I can. Give him one of those judge's explanations. and he just has to fill it out. Now, Mr. Moses, let me do this here. Do you see it?
Yes, Your
It kind of
Honor.
looks like that.
Judge's explanation.
Yeah.
without attorney.
Okay, let me do this here. I'm gonna go over this, which it says, judge's explanation of rights of defendants without attorney. Do you see that, Mr. Moses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, it reads, as a defendant in a criminal case, you have three options. Number one, you may hire an attorney. Do you understand that option?
Yes, Your Honor.
Number two, if you do not have enough money to hire an attorney, you may request an attorney be appointed to represent you. Do you understand that option?
Yes, Your Honor.
And number three, you may represent yourself. Do you understand that option?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, if you want an attorney to represent you and have enough money to hire an attorney, the case will be reset to give you time to do so. If you want an attorney and do not have the money to hire one, you will need to fill out a financial questionnaire so that the proper person can determine whether or not to appoint an attorney to represent you. You may not speak to the prosecutor about your case unless you sign a written waiver of your right to be represented by an attorney. Be aware that there are dangers to self-representation. Waiving your right to an attorney and representing yourself may result in a worse outcome for you and your case, including the loss of significant legal rights and opportunities relating to military service, possession of a firearm, housing and public benefits, child custody, immigration status for non-citizens, and employment. If you choose to proceed without an attorney, you may change your mind at any time and may request counsel from the court. And at the bottom, it says defendant's choice. Mark initials next to only one choice. If your choice is you want to reset this case to hire an attorney, you will put your initials there. Or if you have already hired an attorney, you'll put your initials on the second line and the name of the attorney on the line to the right. Or if you want to apply for court-appointed attorney, you put your initials on the third line to the left. Or if you have already been appointed a court-appointed attorney, you'll put the initials on the fourth line to the left, name the attorney, line to the right. Or if you want to waive your right to an attorney and represent yourself, you put your initials on the fifth line to the left. Now, once you finish initialing one of those lines, then you will sign at the bottom where it says defendant, and you put today's date, April 19 of 2021. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And that would be in this case, that would be in cause number 328806.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you, the cause number
Oh,
goes at the top.
You said 328?
Let's see, it's 328806. And the line where it says the state of Texas versus, you'll put your name there on that line.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, now your case is gonna be reset. I think she already have your reset date set. You can stand on the X. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day, Mr. Moses, and the same.
Thank you, Your Honor.
The X over there, the next X. Do you have another case?
No, Your Honor.
Okay,
I'm not going to be there. Whenever you're ready for me, I'll be here. Whatever pleases the court, whatever you suggest.
we on the record in cause number 325292. Case is styled State of Texas versus Brad Thomas Thibodeau. Mr. Thibodeau appeared in court early this morning, and he had another court setting down the hall in the 252nd District Court. In this case, he's represented by Ms. Marva Provo, Ms. Provo, you have some information regarding, Mr. Thibodeau?
Yes, Your Honor, I just visited the 252nd court, and his case has been reset for 30 days again.
Oh, is he, where is he?
He might have walked down his other. But anyway.
I mean, hold on, Mr. Peppo, did you talk to Mr. Thibodeau this morning? I think I saw him when he came in with Ms. Provo.
He was here. He was here.
Yeah, but he needs to, I mean, he was,
But he was in the courtroom when I went there. You know.
huh?
He wasn't in the courtroom. When I was
Okay, well, we need to see if you can get Mr. Thibodeau to either appear in person and, on Zoom or telephone. Yeah, if not, if he doesn't make an appearance, his bond is gonna be forfeited.
Yes.
We'll give you, we'll give you some time to see if you can make contact with him. Okay?
time to be doing that shit. So,
Hey, what, the police after you?
chase me down.
Heard some, sirens. Okay, let's do this here.
I'm just running. Run, Forrest, run.
Okay, let's do this here. Here we go. You can come on up. We're on the record and calls number 322-358-325-966. Both cases are style of state of Texas versus Alfonso Vasquez. Is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Vasquez?
I'm doing all right.
All right, Mr. Vasquez, your attorney, Mr. Burbank, is appearing on Zoom. Mr. Burbank, I know you appeared here earlier. How are you doing?
Well, just about the same, Judge, but at 1 o'clock, you may want to ask me again.
Okay, now, Mr. Burbank, you have an announcement you'd like to make in Mr. Vasquez cases?
Your Honor, if I could get 30 days, I think a plea will do. I just
30.
need to get him in to talk to him in reference to the discovery,
Okay,
and I think we'll be able to work this out.
okay. Mr. Vasquez,
Yes, sir.
your case is gonna be reset. Do we have it's gonna be reset to June 7th, giving you opportunity to, your attorney to get with you, work out a plea?
Call, but make appointment, but, busy.
Okay, well, just stay in contact with your attorney.
Yes, sir.
You can stand over here on the X once you get your reset, Mr. Vasquez. You'll be free to go. And you
What
have a-
date is that, Judge?
What date do we have?
7 on the Monday.
June 7th.
June 7th at 9 o'clock?
Yes.
I will put it down here, Judge.
All right, and then we'll send you reset as well.
Thank
And
you, Your
Mr.
Honor. May be excused.
Yes, you may be excused, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you. You too, Your Honor.
Back on the record in the case, cause number 325292, the case is styled the state of Texas versus Brad Thomas Thibodeau. Mr. Thibodeau was scheduled to be in court this morning for the court's announcement docket at 9 a.m. On today's date of April 19th of 2021. The bailiff called Mr. Thibodeau's name at or about 9 a.m. Mr. Thibodeau did appear in court, and Mr. Thibodeau had a felony case set down the hall in this courthouse in the 252nd District Court. And Mr. Thibodeau appeared in court with his attorney, Ms. Marva Provo, and Mr. Thibodeau was supposed to come back to the court after he completed whatever he had down in the 252nd District Court. Mr. Thibodeau has not reappeared in the courtroom. However, Ms. Marva Provo has been in the courtroom, and Ms. Provo has stated to the court that I guess the 252nd District Court, the doors, I guess, closed. And I think the bailiff went down to check as well. And Mr. Thibodeau is not in court, however, Ms. Provo is in court. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Brad Thibodeau?
Brad Thibodeau. Brad Thibodeau. Response, Your Honor.
Okay. Bailiff, call the name of Brad Thibodeau again. Mr. Thibodeau has not responded. Reasonable time has passed to give Mr. Thibodeau opportunity to appear in court. Therefore, his bond will be forfeited, warrant issued for his arrest. Defense, do you have any objections?
Yes, Your Honor. I object to on the call today for the simple fact that he has appeared at every setting. Even this morning, he was here. And he has made every appearance except for this last and this afternoon, this morning. And we asked him that he hold the bond.
Have you tried to get in contact with
Yes,
Mr.?
I tried to get in contact with him this morning, a few minutes ago, and I haven't been able to reach him.
Have
I
you?
think they were in court about 30 minutes or less than an hour ago. I mean, less than 30 minutes ago. So I don't know if he walked out with his other attorney or the court had him to go somewhere else to fill out some papers or something.
You don't know, you just,
No, I was in the courtroom for a few minutes and that's when the judge asked him to fill out some papers about whether or not he was going to appoint him an attorney or financial.
see if he qualified. Okay.
Financially. Yes, I don't know. And I left out of there and came back here.
So the efforts that you made to contact him, did you, or I guess, call his number or
I
something?
did
Or
call his number. I was unable to leave a message on his phone. The last time
I
called
see
my
I
phone,
see here he has a bondsman. He contacted his bondsman or
I
anything?
have not contacted him.
Okay. State, you have any objections?
No, mistake. I understand what Ms. Provo is saying, and I understand that sometimes there is confusion about coming back down to this court, but I don't have any actual objections.
Okay, so right now I'm just gonna, the bond fixture, we're gonna order, the court is gonna order bond fixture, we're gonna put it on hold, give you an opportunity to see if you can find out some additional, if you can contact him. Okay? And what we'll do, we'll hold off on the bond forfeiture. We'll give you until, I guess, before the close of business to locate him. Now, he can appear either via Zoom, in person, or via telephone.
Okay.
All right, so we'll just put a hold for right now.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
May I be excused?
Yes, you may. And that's in both cases that he had, this is, no, that's on one case, okay. Yes. Okay, we're on the record in cause number 325858. Case of South State of Texas versus David Lee Turner Jr. Mr. Turner, was scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 a.m. on the day's date of April 19 of 2021 for the court's announcement docket. His name was called at or about 9 a.m. by the court's bailiff, and Mr. Turner did not answer. However, Mr. Turner attorney, Mr. Jack Lawrence, has been in court since the court has been in session. And Mr. Turner has not appeared in court since the court has been in session. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of David Lee Turner, David Turner?
David Turner. David Turner. No response, Your Honor.
David Turner's name was just called again by the court's bailiff. He did not answer. A reasonable time has passed to give Mr. Turner an opportunity to appear in court now. We will note for the record that Mr. Jack Lawrence has been in court, and Mr. Lawrence has informed the court that he has, I guess, been in contact with Mr. Turner's mother. Is that correct?
Just recent, extremely recently.
And she does not know where he is. Is that correct?
That is the situation when I spoke with her, that she had just started, she had just got a call from the bail bondsman who I had contacted. And she had just started looking for him. And I guess that was why she was so near the phone. She was just fixed to make calls to try to locate him. I spoke to a friend of his this morning who was also on the docket, John Henry, I can't remember his last name. And he told me that he would probably be working today. So I'm assuming that he went ahead and went to work today and did not know that he was supposed to be here. I had tried to reach him yesterday on the number that was on the appointment of attorney form, this 363-1204. And that number, you always get a recording that he's unavailable, and you don't have a way to leave a message or anything. And I did not have the phone numbers that are on, I wrote on here just now at that time, because I just got these from the bail bondsman.
Okay.
So the whole problem is he was very hard to contact.
By you?
By me, and I do not know for a fact that he knew that he was supposed to be in court today. Apparently he was supposed to be in court in the drug impact court also, and that he missed that. But the phone numbers that they gave us were not really very good phone numbers.
Okay, you say the phone numbers that you received from the appointment.
Yes.
Okay, but he did have a bondsman who gave you some additional numbers.
Additional phone numbers,
Okay.
yes.
And he does have a bondsman and the bondsman is responsible for him being present in court, not his attorney.
Yes, and I had just called them since I've been in here waiting.
Okay, so Mr. Turner was scheduled to be in court at or about 9 a.m. His name was called at about 9 a.m. He did not appear. He has not appeared in court since the court has been in session. The court is going to order that his bond be forfeited, warrant shall be issued for his arrest. However, the court is going to put that on hold to give you an opportunity to locate him before the close of business today, and he can either come in person via telephone or email. Okay?
Zoom.
Oh, Zoom. Excuse me, I said email. Thanks. Yeah, or Zoom. Okay.
So would you like for me to stay handy, Your Honor?
No, I mean, no, there's no need for you. I mean, somebody gonna try to locate him. I mean, we just gonna give you the opportunity to do that before the close of business.
So he should try to contact your office.
Yeah, he can come, he can go Zoom, in person, or telephone.
All right,
Okay.
sounds reasonable, Your Honor.
Oh, yeah, if he contacted by telephone, you can do the same. I mean, we can make some arrangements for you to appear the same way, either telephone, Zoom, or in person.
Zoom, I do not yet have a,
If you don't have Zoom, that's why we have a telephone.
good.
Okay.
I just want to mention, Your Honor, that from what I've read in the police reports, he was completely cooperative. in terms of
We're not gonna go in, I mean, I don't need to know any facts of the case right now. Right now, only thing we're concerned with is his appearance, and that's regarding the bond forfeiture. Anything that does not involve the bond forfeiture, the court is not in a position to go in any facts, and I don't think it's appropriate
fine.
for anyone to give any facts of the case to the court, because that's not what we're here for. If you're gonna have a trial, you could do that you can put on your evidence for the trial at the trial.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Well, I was not going into that. All I was saying was, I don't see why
Well,
there would be reason he would try to dodge anything.
Oh, well, okay. All right. Okay, so we'll be to hold on that one. Next case is cause number 325934, State of Texas versus Roxanne Pena. Ms. Pena was scheduled to be in court at 9 a.m. for the court's announcement docket. Her name was called at or about 9 a.m. by the court's bailiff. She did not answer, and she has not appeared in court since the court's been in session. The time now is 12:08 p.m. on today's date. And Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Roxanne Pena?
Roxanne Pena? Roxanne Pena. No response, Your Honor.
Roxanne Pena has not appeared in court. Reasonable time has passed to give Ms. Pena an opportunity to appear in court, to answer, to appear for an announcement in this case. She has not appeared. Therefore, her bond shall be forfeited, warrant shall be issued for arrest. State, you have any objections?
No, Your Honor, and I talked to Mr. McIntosh this morning, and he's aware that she didn't appear as well.
Okay. In cause number 325934, a warrant shall be issued for the arrest of Roxanne Pena, and her bond shall be forfeited. We're on the record in cause numbers 326984.
May I be excused?
Yes, you may be excused.
Thank you.
Okay, we're on the record in cause number 326984 and cause number 328176. Both cases are styled the State of Texas versus Joshua David Henson. Mr. Henson was scheduled to be in court this morning for the court's announcement docket at 9 a.m. on the day's date of April 19, 2021. Mr. Henson has not appeared in court since the court has been in session since 9 o'clock. The bailiff called his name at or about 9 a.m. He did not answer. The time now is 12:10 p.m. on today's date. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Joshua Henson? Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Joshua Henson?
Joshua Henson? Joshua Henson. No response, Your Honor.
Mr. Henson's name was called by the bailiff. He has not answered, and a reasonable time has passed to give Mr. Henson an opportunity to appear in court for the announcement docket. Therefore, his bond will be forfeited and warrant shall be issued for his arrest. State, you have any objections?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, no objections. Mr. Joshua Henson's bonds in clause number 326984 and clause number 328176 shall be forfeited, and a warrant shall be issued for his arrest in both of those cases. We're on the record in clause number 327038. The case is styled the State of Texas versus Ronald Davis. Mr. Davis was scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 a.m. for the court's announcement docket. He did not appear, and he did not answer when his name was called by the bondsman by the bailiff at or about 9 a.m. And he has not appeared in court since the court has been in session. The time now is 12:12 p.m. on today's date of April 19 of 2019. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Ronald Davis?
Ronald Davis. Ronald Davis. No response, Your Honor.
Ronald Davis' name was just called again by the court's bailiff. Mr. Davis did not answer. Mr. Davis has not appeared in court. Since the court's been in session, the reasonable time has passed to give Mr. Davis the opportunity to appear in court. He has not appeared in court. Therefore, his bond will be forfeited and warrant shall be issued for his arrest. State, you have any objections?
No, Your Honor.
No objections. Mr. Ronald Davis in cause number 327038, bond will be forfeited and the warrant shall be issued for his arrest. We're on the record in cause number 327356. The case is style of State of Texas versus Jasmine Sanders. Ms. Sanders was scheduled to be in court this morning for the court's announcement docket. Ms. Sanders' name was called at or about 9 a.m. by the court's bailiff. She did not answer. However, Ms. Sanders' attorney, Mr. Charles Rojas, did appear in court, and he stated that he received information that Ms. Jasmine Sanders is in the hospital, and he was going to get confirmation of that information and get the court the necessary documentation or paperwork to verify that. And so the court informed Mr. Rojas that he said he should be able to get it by tomorrow, and the court is giving him until tomorrow to get the confirmation that Ms. Sanders is in the hospital. And he's going to get the court the medical excuse showing that Ms. Sanders is in the hospital. Therefore, this bond forfeiture, we're going to hold on this bond forfeiture until tomorrow, pending confirmation that Ms. Sanders is in the hospital. I think this will conclude the calling of both the court's trial docket and the court's announcement docket. And the time is 12:15 p.m. on today's date of April 19th, 2021. This is the announcement docket and the trial docket in County Court at Law Number 2. I'm Judge Terrence L. Holmes presiding.